Rastral Gig Driver live. Better late than never, I suppose. But running a little bit behind today. I had to unexpectedly go to the store and pick up some items for the fan, and then it just took longer than I thought. So, but we're live now. We haven't done an order. You guys haven't missed anything. So today, you probably saw it. We're at 83%. So do a little update because it's been a little while. I didn't get a chance to go live on Saturday, and that was because I had my unexpected arrival of my assistant. He wanted to go out with me, and like I said, if my kids are in the car, I don't go live for a multitude of reasons I've explained before, but one of them being they like to listen to music. There's discussions and talks and everything else, and it's just not, I'm not going to be able to engage with you guys as much, so it's just not going to go on. So anyways, I apologize. I left that live up, kind of left everybody hanging, but we ended up making what was it, I think $100 and something. I don't know, we did pretty good for 4 hours. And right now, first order of the day, guys, we're on Earn by Offer, by the way, and it's a $6 plus 1 mile offer from McDonald's. So it's lunchtime. I figured, why not? Let's get started right. Appreciate the thumbs up. How you doing, Shane Epley? Number one, I appreciate you. Let's see if we can get everybody that gets in there, everybody that comes in today, hit that thumbs up button. So the next person, whoever you are, you're it. Hit that thumbs up. But we're on a McDonald's order, $6 plus 1 point something miles. So today we're at 83%. We've started using the decline button. And in fact, this is the first order I've taken in a very long time. We declined everything the other night, my son and I. We did not do any, actually, we didn't do any DoorDash. We only did Spark, Grubhub. Really got hot for us, so I need to turn Grubhub back on. We got a hot hand on Grubhub, and we just we cleaned it up, man. We were making really good money. I think it was $27 an hour the entire time we were out, and $30 or $31 an hour for our active time, so to speak. So it was just good sparks. And when Spark wasn't popping, Grubhub was popping and getting us back to where we needed to and covering our miles. We drove at, I want to say it was $2.15 a mile. So it was a really good day. We only went out for 4 hours, and I think we made, I want to say $117 or something like that. I don't know. I have to go back and look. But no DoorDash. It was a terrible Saturday night for DoorDash, and I was surprised because, it's Saturday. This is supposed to be the high time for my market, and it was anything but that. Okay, here we go. I've got the results. It was $107.78, and we made, it was $26.50, because I think we took did we take an extra order or something at some point? Yeah, we did. We took a Red Lantern, I guess. Anyway, so it was $26.50 overall time and $29.26 delivery order value, and it was $2.13 a mile. So good stuff. That was Saturday. Like I said, we worked 4 hours, and it was just I was hoping to maybe get some good large order programs or something that night. Nothing happened on DoorDash. It was really a bad night for DoorDash, and we're going to do, so keep watching right now because I'm not doing it today. But what I am going to do is my wife has an account and with DoorDash, and I want to test some things out. And she's now silver. Her account's only done like 50 orders because we only use it when she's out. I don't dash on it. I don't like to do that because my name and her name, obviously, I don't match up with her name, and a lot of merchants are worried about it. So if we're dashing together, I'll go in as long as she's in the car and I have her with me. But what I want to do with it is I really want to see, I'm platinum, she's silver. Let's test it out because there's some interesting things that I've seen. Figures of light by making darkness conscious. Thank you, Red Star 322. interesting numbers in there as well. Good and nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. But one of the things that I noted, because I wanted to go in and I said, I had looked at her account. I was curious if she was still active. They reset her completion rate. So she's at 100% completion rate now. But one of the interesting things that I noticed is I've been checking her account and my account, because I always felt like when I dropped below platinum and I didn't have the Dash Now feature, it felt like the map was never red. Well, here's an interesting thing. My map was red all night last night. Now, I didn't dash yesterday. It was my off day. And hers, right now, I was hot red. She was light red. Last night, she was white or gray or whatever you want to call it. I was red all night long. I cleared cache. I checked it, and I said, what the hell? So there is proof right there that at least, definitely, her program and my program are different, at least in the availability to dash. Why is it saying I'm busy and they need me, but for her, it's not busy? So it tells you that on the availability spectrum, we're on a different program. My question is, are we going to see different offers as well when we run it? Now, like I said, I will not be accepting any offers on her account while we do this. I'll just show you, go over with you what I'm seeing on hers while I'm waiting for an offer on mine, and see if anything pops to her phone first. In other words, does she see the lower offers first? I decline it. It shows up on my phone. Does she see better offers than me? She does have some priority. So she does have the ability, because she's 66 or 67%, I think, right now on the account. So I want to be able to see it and show, hey, what are we looking at? Because that also would further feed the idea that, as we said, are we really in a market right up here? Like, in other words, I call it the Martinsburg market. Well, this is just the area I'm dashing and I'm going to get orders from. Doesn't stop there. Is that the only thing that delineates the sameness for me and her or any other dasher? Are we running different programs? Are we seeing different offers? Are we seeing the same offers? And it really piqued my interest when I noticed this, because I said, well, they're not even letting her on. So why would they let me on? Well, they're letting me on because, of course, my acceptance rate says I'm accepting 83% of the orders. So the availability, but it should, in theory, be red for everyone, right? That's what we've always thought. Well, apparently not. That's what I want to look at. So stay tuned. We're going to do some experimentation with that. And I would sit there and do this in studio if we were doing the Rational Gig Hour. But the problem is I don't want to have my phone on unless I'm willing to take an order, because I don't want to waste away my acceptance rate. But I'm very curious. And then maybe we'll go out, and if I can convince her, she'll let me go live with her in the car. We can go live and maybe even, do some acceptance of orders. Let's see here. What's today's date? The 8th. So, anyways, with that said, guys, let me run in here and go grab this order. I'm sure it's ready. I hope it's ready. Let's see. Let's go down what we're getting. So, a $6 plus. It's a familiar name, at least, but it may not be somebody I delivered to. I don't know. I'll find out. Quarter pounder with cheese meal, 10-piece chicken McNugget meal, 10-piece chicken McNugget meal, and 6 packs of ketchup. So there we go. All right. So let's go get this and see what's up, and then maybe we'll get a Spark or something, I hope, because that would be fantastic. Because today, starting at 3 o'clock, we're going to have a $4 deal we're going to have a $20 deal where we will make an extra $20. I believe it's if we do 5 or more. If we do 5 shops, I believe it's 4 shops, we get, I think it's 15. And if we do 5 shops, we get $20 extra. So we're going to be trying for that, and seeing if we can maximize that offer. But we're only going to be going till 5 o'clock today. We're not going full day because I've got things I've got to do this evening. So at 5 o'clock, we'll be closing up shop, and we'll see what we make. hopefully it's a good day, or at least a good enough day. If we make 25 an hour for 5.5 hours, we could potentially have $137 today. So that's what we're looking at. We'll see how close we come. And of course, as I always do, I'll look back at these proclamations of what I expect, and we'll see how close it comes in. It may not come close at all, or hopefully it'll maybe we'll exceed it. All right, so let's go in here. Oops. And go get this order. And I think we're going to have an idea here when we see what the payout is. Is this a 25 center, or is this an actual lucrative order that they are offering to us that might make a big impact on pay? Anyways, we'll see. All right, guys, talk to you in a minute. All right, guys, order was ready, exactly like we like to see. And oh, it's telling me there might be a Spark order here. Let's see if there's a Spark order in there that we might want to consider. And the reason why I like coming to this McDonald's specifically is because, oh, here we go. Yep. Accept, obviously. Yep, that one is a no-brainer accept. $33.50, 2 deliveries, 20 items in the first, 47 items in the next, $14.50. Oh, hold on. Whoops, shit. $14.69 base pay, 74 cents extra delivery earnings, and $18 in tips. So that, my friends, is a absolutely no-brainer. No-brainer. Yep. Okay, good screenshot of this. Okay, we're only 4 minutes away from our drop-off for the DoorDash order, so we will go ahead and they're packing up. We can confirm our arrival. So we've arrived. And and then we will go to maps. So 5-minute ride to the customer. Hopefully within the 5 minutes that we gotta take to get over to the customer, hopefully it'll be about 10 minutes to get back and forth. We can get back and the order on Spark will be ready. That's what we want. And man, all right, what a good start today. Now, you know, Spark, I don't know, man, but it's not a long, it's only it's about 13.4 miles on this. So we're going in the direction further into the market. Okay, so in other words, we're going to be finishing up on the other end of the Martinsburg market, where there will be another Walmart and there will be other orders, and it will actually move us to an area that I think will be a much more preferable area, especially for DoorDash and the other stuff. Thank you, Lord Timotheus. That's some very enlightening information. We will certainly consider that flashlight. A flashlight for the world that will show us the way, show us the light. Sounds wonderful. In fact, actually, I bet you would probably be very helpful in late night orders as well. So, gig drivers, get with Lord Timotheus. He has a great flashlight for us that will help illuminate not just Timotheus for that information, sir. You came to the right place to talk about a flashlight. All right, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. We are so close to that Walmart too, so it couldn't have worked out better. I think I am going to pull in the driveway. Normally I don't like to pull in the driveway, so I can avoid it, but this will be easier to turn around. All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Multiapping, or
All right, guys. So it was a $5 tip, $2 base pay. So I would say it was kind of a half and half situation there on terms of what the intent of DoorDash was there. There might have been a slight wait that they wanted, but I think it was also just, again, just to get that engagement. You know, that's what it's about. It's engagement. Engaging you with the app, bringing you in, getting that plus sign, telling you it's going to be that plus sign kind of day before they butter you up and then send you 100 miles. Because I guarantee you what was coming next was going to be some bad news. All right. So now it's time to head over to the Spark pickup, and I'm going to have to pause you guys. I need to give my wife a call back, so give me a moment. Appreciate it. All right, guys. It's time to ride and get to our first drop-off. So, first drop-off is looking like it. Whoops, holy shit. All right, gotta get out of reverse. It's looking like it's going to be about an 11-minute ride. It's a ride, believe it or not. It looks like it's going to be about 15 minutes, so 10 minutes longer than where we're riding. So, we've got some distance, but 33.50. We're doing. Now, when we get done with this, we're going to be a little bit out. So we're going to have an option, it looks like, and looking at the positioning of where we're ending up, to either head back here to this Walmart, and I mapped it back here. If we do that, we can be back here within minutes from our final drop-off. I thought it was going to drop us down a little further down, but it's going to give us the option to come back. That Walmart's a bit rough. We saw a gun. Well, you all didn't see it, but I witnessed a gun get pulled in a dispute. So, I mean, there's a lot of, things going on down there. It's just a different, about 15 miles separates the Walmarts, but it's two different worlds. Up here, like this morning, I'm in this Walmart doing some personal shopping, and you can tell what's going on. You got a lady coming out with a bunch of ice. You got a guy buying skip boards and flotation devices. You got people in their bathing suits walking up. You can tell they've come up from their campsite and they're up here shopping and getting things because they're on vacation and they're finishing their long weekend up here by the Potomac. So up here, it's vacation land. Up here, people, it almost feels like some mornings I come out, you can even see the seagulls flying because, the Potomac River is literally right over to my left, and then you ride down. I took you guys down around the riverbank the other night. Beautiful scenery, very serene, very nice. You see people out jet skiing. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Then you go down 15 miles in, and you're in the heart of Martinsburg, and it's a totally different feel. And it's a totally different style. Like I said, you've got that Walmart parking lot. Now, that's the hub of all food in Martinsburg. It's where a majority of the restaurants are. So you sit down there and you can sit in that parking lot and observe some crazy stuff. You see fights happening all the time. The police are always there. There's always somebody, it appears, always somebody getting accused or arrested of shoplifting. And that never goes on at this Walmart that's up here. Like I said, it's just a totally different clientele. And this Walmart's preferred not just by people at our exit, but people come in from Maryland, they go to this Walmart, they drive up to avoid the Walmart that's on the other side, and it's just a completely different scene. And even just the interactions you have with the Spark people that are loading, they just seem to, they take more care with what they're loading in your car. They will load them in my bags. They will even take care to load, they understand, hey, the bag is there for the cold stuff, so they will make sure it's all secure. Whereas this other Walmart, they'll load right on top of my bag and just throw everything in on it, and the eggs will be floating on top. Totally different caliber of individuals. Guys, we got 12 people in and only one like. We gotta cure this. I appreciate Shane Epley taking care of that like when he first got in there, but we need some more help there. Please, somebody be number 2. So, but anyways, this is, Spark is an important piece of the day, as you can see, because it would have taken me at $7, and it took us, almost 18 minutes to do that McDonald's order. So just to get to $32, you're talking about 4.5 DoorDash orders at $7 a pop, and that's about the average size DoorDash order. Because a lot of times the bigger DoorDash orders are stacks. So it would have taken, and it would have taken miles driven at probably $1.30 a mile, and that's the offered miles. And we'd have been by the time we returned around, if we weren't getting orders at the drop-off locations, we would have ended up having to. We'd probably been somewhere around maybe $1, maybe 98 cents. So totally different way of earning, totally different way of doing things. Now the question, of course, is, how long is Spark going to be a viable option? Will it remain competitive? Will it stay? I know there are a lot of markets out there where a lot of drivers are saying they're not seeing good offers on Spark. I see good offers on Spark all the time up here. I mean, I'm going to show some off when I try to finally do my first live rational gig offer or hour. I mean, as I mentioned last week, we had unbelievable offers: $50, $30, a $20 curbside, $25 curbside is a low one for me. Now, will I see the low ones floating around? Yeah, but I'm turning them down and moving on and doing something else, and then all of a sudden, I'm sitting up by the McDonald's doing a DoorDash order for $7 for 1 mile, and pop, one comes in. It's just like when I went to Frederick, hanging out by the Sam's Club up there. Is a good thing to do. And we got a $110 deal, or $117 5 mile offer. $117, 5 miles. That was a hell of a nice offer. Now it was offered at 80. I think it was $83. They ended up adding extra. So, tired of $6 orders. I only make $1.40 for them. Tank, what's up, man? My man Tank. Did you ever get your oil change? Just did 6 of them? Well, Now, when you say you're making $1.40 from them, is that your net proceeds? Is that what are your miles on these orders, Tank? The math ain't math, unless you're talking about getting $1.40 a mile. $1.40 a mile on DoorDash isn't going to be, hey, beggars can't be choosers. Not only that, but if you're heading in the direction, it sounds like you got 6 back-to-back $6 orders. There's really not much wrong with that. I mean, that's going to be an optimum DoorDash experience. Remember, if you're fronting $1 a mile and you get an order at your drop-off, you're doing the same thing you would if you had a $2 a mile round trip, which is normally what everybody's telling you to get $2 a mile for to cover your round trip. Shortest was 5 miles. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, look, that's still over $1 a mile. Sounds like you were getting offers right away. So it sounds like you're doing all right. Tank, you just got to keep going, brother. And it sounds like, hey, look, also it sounds like you're getting close to paying for an oil change as well. You made a little over $10 for 6 trips. What do you mean? You made, I think if you had 6 trips, you made $36. Are you telling me you had $26 expenses? Can you please tell me the math you're using to come to the conclusion that you only made $10 a day? Because I don't think your math is mathing right there, buddy. Because you're not paying taxes if you're driving a lot of miles. There's no tax. What are you putting down in the most you probably drove is 36 miles. And even if you did 10 cents a mile, let's just say you did 10 cents a mile. Let's say you did 20 cents a mile. You're talking about $7.20 on 36 bucks. You're still at $29.80. And then, all right, you add a little extra, 10 cents a mile again for that. You're talking about, you're still at $26. You're at about $25.80. So there's no way in the world you only made 10 bucks. Well, now you don't count that. That's because that was a purchase you made, but that doesn't come out of the expenses of those offers. So your math ain't mathing, man. That's like you going and saying, well, I made 30 bucks, but I went and bought groceries, so I only had $4 left. You don't count the groceries. You don't count the wiper fluid. You didn't use the total cost of that wiper fluid for all 6 of those orders. And you sure as heck didn't use the gas. Like I said, even if you bought gas, you wouldn't have bought the gas. You would have bought gas far in excess of the amount that that went towards those orders. So you can't say you only made $10. You had expenses. Everybody does. If you were at another job, you'd be doing that. So it's like if you were at a W-2, you buy wiper fluid and some gas. You're not going to go, well, damn, I got to take that out of my income today. Well, you do in a way, but that's not correct to put that as an expense towards your job. All right, guys, hold on a second. Oh, well, you said you made $6 a trip, though. That's, again, your math thing. You said, I'm tired of doing $6 orders, and I only make $1.40 from them. Now, you said 23 bucks for 6 trips, but you said you made $6 trips, and you did 6 of them. That's 36 bucks. So you're changing your math, Tank. I think you got a math problem there. Definitely. But I think you need to download one of my spreadsheets and record the next 10 deliveries you do, and then email it to dad-13@gmail.com. I'll take a look at it, and I can assess your issue. right, guys, 15-minute drive. Thanks, bro. I'm a huge fan of the channel. I'm prescribed medical marijuana, so right now I'm trying to make money for my health. It's hard driving with no AC. Yeah, no problem, man. You send it to me. Absolutely, Anthony, or sorry, Aaron Gutierrez. You can have a question for me. Absolutely. What do you got? Put her in chat. I'll try to answer it. Tank, no problem, man. I understand. That's unfortunate that you have a medical condition requiring medical marijuana. I'm sure that's very difficult. But definitely, you should consider. You need to get that money, man, so you can get that medicine. And listen, I don't recommend driving without AC in the current conditions. I understand that, but you've got to go and, you got to go get that AC repair, get the Freon in there, man. I think if you go to like Valvoline, they do Freon. They put Freon in the AC, and then you put a little Freon in there. It'll make it at least a little bit cooler. I just got accepted by Spark. I've done Spark only drives, but found out that without promos or incentives, the hourly pay isn't what I like for the time that I get an order done. How do you multi-app with Dash? Okay, so what I do, Aaron, and again, this is the market I'm in, so I don't know how your layout is, but I've found normally in most cases, Walmart's position themselves with fast food restaurants around them, with opportunities for DoorDash around them. So what I do, the first thing you got to do is this. Now, when you say drives, I guess I want to clarify one thing. Are you doing the online orders, or are you doing the curbsides as well? I got you, Tank. I got you. Well, you got to get that, like I say, go to Valvoline. If you got a local Valvoline, they're charged that AC for you, and that'll help that. But both. Okay, good. All right. And are you willing to do shops as well, Aaron Gutierrez? Well, there you go, Tank. That's good. I'll tell you what you do, Tank. Start a GoFundMe for the air conditioning. Let them know you're a geek driver in need. And, put down the story, your backstory, let them know that you're needing an air conditioning so you can work, because that would be legitimate. All right, so Aaron Gutierrez. All right, good. So you're taking advantage of the full platform. So what I recommend, the first thing you got to understand with Spark, you probably already understand this. The miles are from the store to the customer. So the only time, if you're going to do Spark, and this is what I do with DoorDash, and I also have Uber Eats and Grubhub going along with it. And if you're not hooked up with Uber Eats, and you're not hooked up with Grubhub, get on their wait lists and eventually add them to the profile. That way you have as many options as possible around that Walmart area you're going to work. Now, in my particular market, we have 2 Walmarts. And surrounding both Walmarts are Advanced Auto Parts, which is also on the Spark platform. So I basically have good opportunities at both in both areas to maximize my opportunities for Spark, because sometimes I'll do Advanced Auto Parts on those. Basically, what I do is the one Walmart's right by my house, and it's the one I really prefer to work out of. So what I'll do is I'll ride over to the Walmart with the Spark app on and see what comes in, and then I'll turn on my food delivery apps. My goal at that point, if my goal is to work Spark and I'm not trying to get pulled into the vacuum of food delivery where I'm going all around and moving all around the county, I will look for, on my DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, small orders. I don't care if it's 4 for $1. Sometimes I'll do a 3 for $1, $3.25 for $1, because as long as there's a tip involved, and a lot of times there's a $1 tip on some of those $3 orders. Because my ultimate goal is to get a Spark order. And the way I'll look at it is I want to bulk up those Spark orders. So once I'm at the store, say I get a $20 two pickup for curbside, and my drops come at 25 after, and then we pick up at 45 at quarter till. So what I'll do at that point is I'll start working, and my goal will be to then build on to that hour. So for instance, my hour will start whenever I start bringing, at first, whenever I take my first order, whether it's taking a DoorDash order, or sometimes it'll be like today it was an ASAP order, and I was able to go right over and get this $33.50 order. But if it's a round robin and it drops, then I'm going to try to do some short run food delivery while I'm waiting. I'll check in. I won't arrive necessarily right away because it won't let you do that, but it'll let you see. I'll click on the way to the store as soon as it'll let me do it, and that way I can start monitoring where things are at, and I'll try to do the short run small food delivery. So let's say we take that $20 order. My goal will be to try to do at least two if I can, $4 or $5 food deliveries or more. Like today I got a 7. It's not uncommon for me to get a 7, sometimes to get a 5, and it keeps me in that little radius. Now, obviously, if I'm monitoring this is where what I'm testing right now with DoorDash was to see how well I can keep my acceptance rate up and keep my access to Dash Now, because it's very helpful to be able to Dash Now so I can turn it on. Yes, exactly. And then what happens is if Spark isn't, it's not forcing me to take every Spark order. So, if I'm sitting there, if nothing's popping on Spark, I might go ahead, if something good comes from DoorDash, I might go ahead and take that. If it's worth it, say it's a $12 for 2 mile, or, they get me a $12 plus going 6 miles, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then I'll come back. If I can make my hour make sense doing food delivery, I will. But a majority of the time, because I'm sitting around and I'm waiting, I will have my Spark app on. Are you concerned about your metrics on Spark? I am not concerned. The only metrics, I'll tell you what, and get great offers. And I kind of said, well, no, I'm not. Okay, I don't worry about my acceptance rate, number one, on Spark. My acceptance rate is low. The only metrics I worry about on Spark, and it's done me very well, is my fill count on my shops, because I get shops all the time, large shops. My drop rate, and I try to keep that under 5% at all times. And then my customer rating, I notice that my orders get better when my customer rating gets higher. That is my own observation. My acceptance rate is no difference on any of that. Now, perhaps if I got the acceptance rate up, maybe it would get better. Maybe I would be seeing some huge banger offers. But I think it's kind of like the same thing on DoorDash. The higher my acceptance rate is going, and if I'm focused on one app and I'm forced to accept the lower orders, it's going to make my earnings go down. Thank you, Doug Willis. The only metric I would focus on, or the metric I would not worry about, okay, and keep your Spark app on at all times. Again, I'm going to tell you this, Aaron. I have, and at the time, it was lower than this. Right now, today, my acceptance rate is at 10% on Spark. I just got a $33.50 order, okay? $33.50 order going 13 miles. And like I said, it's round trip. I round tripped it back to the store, and it's 19 miles round trip from when I left the store to get back, and I'm making $33.50. Okay, well over $2 net of and that's back end and front end. And I'll be back at that store in position to get other orders, or decide to take some food delivery orders if I want to. On top of that, last week I had a 3% acceptance rate at the time I got this order. I got an $83.50 order going 5 miles from Sam's Club, and it turned into a $117 payout. I got a $58 order on Friday, I think it was $58. $58. I get $30, $20, $30. It's just being there and waiting. Are there times I've taken a $15 order? It depends on my situation and how much time I have to work. I'm trying to slam it out real quick, and I think I can get the $15 order, and it's 3 miles and low items, and I think I can get it filled quick. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, Dash has my mind that I need to focus on Spark Metric and keep going. Well, I think DoorDash, yeah. I think DoorDash, the acceptance rate is just not on Spark, in my opinion, is not something that is really as important as, some will say it is, but I have not had that experience. And I've been doing Spark. The only time I was off Spark for a while due to issues that were not my fault, but eventually they got resolved and I was let back on the platform. But I've been doing it since it hit in my market, since almost day one. And I have never had a problem. I've had, that's not to say there isn't a day it's slow, and there are days that are slow. And on those days, I'm looking at Instacart, I'm looking at DoorDash and Grubhub. That's why you've got to have other apps, because it's not banging every day. But it's doing it enough. Like last week, I made $29 an hour doing a majority of my money with Spark. And I think I worked 25 hours and made $750. So, it was a low week for me work-wise, but I was coming off of those 50-hour weeks. And the funny thing is, on those 50-hour plus weeks that I was doing all DoorDash, I was making like $900. So, it was really bad, at least in my area, trying to focus on DoorDash and eliminating Spark. And last week, a lighter week, there was 4th of July. I took some time off. I wasn't able to work the full days because it was the times when my wife was working and I had responsibility of the children on Mondays and Tuesdays. So let's see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get there. So the issue we have, guys, right now, we accepted an order for $47.70 going 13 miles, but the Walmart is in Hagerstown, so we got to go a little bit. We'll see if Walmart sticks with us on this. I don't think they will, because it has a pickup time of 12:46. It's 3 pickups, so they're going to be loading my front seat. We'll see what happens here. They may knock me off this order because of how far out I am, but we'll see. I'm going to head towards the Walmart. For $47, that'll put us at $87 when we get done with this. It'll probably take us a little over an hour to get it all done, because it's 13 miles total from the Walmart to the drop-offs. But it looks like the final drop-off will be closer back to this market. So it'll kind of wind me back down. But the thing is, we are, let's see here. We're 21 minutes away from the Walmart. So I don't know if they're going to let me do it. I don't think they will. I think they're going to knock me off the line. We're 16 miles away. So it's a total of 29 miles for $47. Would you do it? Why not? To me, 47 for 29, I would drive those miles in combination. So why not go do it with a guaranteed offer? Maybe I could have got something better at the Walmart over here, maybe not. But with my day, that'll put me at $87. I hope before 2 o'clock, and that's really that's a good earnings clip. It's $33 in tips though. So as always with a Spark order, you're gambling with the tip money. And this is an area too I have struggled. It seems like every time I come and try to deliver for this particular area, which is Hagerstown, I watch the ratings go down. These people are not as appreciative. But again, right now I've got really good tipping customers, or at least one really good tipping customer. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's going to be a matter of whether or not I'm going to get the dreaded getting close to your pickup time, so head to your pickup, which I am. I'm following the maps, and it's $47.70 is the payout here. Oh God, that smells horrible. It's a horse farm over here. So there it is. We broke a little bit in the norm, but you know what? Hell, if we're willing to drive 29 miles on DoorDash and $1.30 a mile, what is this? $47? I think this is and this is net miles. It's well over $3 a mile. So you're going to see some runoff if we're able to complete this order. It's always a risk because sometimes $1.64 a mile net, and it's 13 miles, so it's $47.70. It's being offered at 13.3 miles in total, so it's $3.58 a mile from the Walmart, and it's 16 miles to the Walmart from here. So we'll see what happens. And right now it's packing up. So they may have thought, you know what, it's perfect for me to drive up there because that way I'm not having to sit there and wait in the Walmart parking lot. And when I get there, it'll be done and ready. Of course, I've got these stupid electrical trucks that I'm having to drive behind that were driving super slow. Now we can actually drive the speed limit. We were way below the speed limit. But this is what to me, if Walmart Spark will pay, I'll do it. And again, remember, getting these offers with a 10% acceptance rate right now. Now, maybe some of you might say, I would never take that. That's too many miles. Well, I would tell you, do your math. Because I'm betting you would drive more miles than that if you took $47 worth of DoorDash orders. And maybe there might be an outlier day or two where you wouldn't. But if you could drive at $1.67 net, north of $1.50, guaranteed. Now again, as always, I understand Spark doesn't have, we don't know what we're getting tipped until tomorrow. But I'm pretty confident that I can get these done. I'm pretty confident. One of these is an apartment, so that sucks. That's not ideal, but it is what it is. I'll make it work, and that way when like I said, when it's about 2 o'clock and I'm at $87, I'll be feeling a lot better about my day at that point. And I'll be finishing at a point where I can come back to this Walmart if I need to. Perhaps there'll be another really good offer down here that I can take advantage of up here in the Hagerstown market. And we're sitting. I'm always willing. If I'm working there's 2 Walmarts up here in Hagerstown. And just like here, one of them, really good. The other one, a little rough around the edges. You see a lot of things. I can handle both. I don't necessarily avoid either if the money's right. But I do have a preference for the layout of the Walmart, the attitude of the staff, the experience of the people that are there in the parking lot. A parking lot experience when you're a Spark driver really is something that sticks with you, because it can be, if you get one of those crazy Walmarts where they're just off the rails, it can be a real negative experience. So here we are. We're passing our Walmart here to the left. And these are the moments when I'm passing this Walmart and I'm like, I probably should have let that go. I should have sat on it for a little bit and seen if it went up and seen if it did more. Rexdall. Whoa, that's crazy. Are you in San Diego right now? What's your AR at now? Has it gone down significantly in the last 2 hours? Or is it just dead? This Walmart up here, the Smart Pickup area, is crickets right now. I'm looking over there. I think I made the right decision. That's why I felt like I needed to do it. Now it's ready. So this is when Walmart app is going to start reaching out to me because I'm not in proximity. So we'll see what happens now. This is when they might kick me off. I mean, I'm heading in the direction. I'm doing everything I can to get there. Also, guys, oh yeah, all dash link. Oh, I got you. Does that count towards your AR if you turn down dash links? Oh, wow. What was the mileage like on all those orders? Or like, what were the offers like on Dashlink? And then what were the miles like? So $30 to $69, but what was it, like $1 a mile? So this will take it forever. I got you. Yeah, but if you could have got them done in like an hour and a half, like say you got a $69 one done in an hour, you couldn't have done that, or it would have been like 2 or 3 hours. I mean, it's not a bad way to start out. Oh yes, and there was one thing to update about Saturday as well. We had a total debacle on Amazon Flex. I haven't flexed, as I said, since 2022, and I found a good offer. It was $96 for 3 hours. And like I said, my assistant was coming out with me, so I was like, this will be good. My son will be out with me. He'll help me out. He can hold the orders and sort through some of the orders. It's always good. I always like to have an assistant. And Jesus Christ, it was a horrible situation. Because what ends up happening is I take, and it looks like they are offering me again today, $82.50, $130 to 5. So there we go. Maybe we can do a 2 o'clock, a 2 to 5. Anyways, I get to the drop off, okay? And I totally bungled it, man. I totally bungled it. Then the time for 12 stops. Oh, wow. And I get to the drop, I get to my pickup zone, and like a total rookie, I don't hit check-in. And I'm sitting there, of course there's a line, you know, and it's crowded, and there's a line, and I'm waiting, and I'm getting in, and I'm like, and I realize, oh shit, I gotta check myself in. And the station was so busy, I was still waiting, and it was like 6 past the hour. It was a 4 o'clock pickup. We were gonna go 4 to 7 and make $96. And I hit check-in finally. 1 minute passed, 5 minutes after, and it said, you failed to check in. You lost your thing. Leave the station. So I had to make the drive of shame out of the station without an order, looking like a complete idiot. And I'm like, oh man, what a terrible, terrible deal. So, I mean, not that I won't try again, but Amazon Flex, I am still very much a novice. I didn't even have, and then I realized I lost my little vest. I don't even know if they're going to have vests. I know the one time I went in there, I asked them for a new vest. This was like the last time I did it. And they were like, we don't have any vests, so just go without it. And I'm like, okay. Now, this was like 2022 when this was. But man, the Amazon station people really can be off the chain rude to the drivers. I mean, really. I didn't even pull up to the guy. I just pulled backwards. I figured they were probably yelling at me from inside the station, but I thought, the hell with this. I'm getting the hell out of here. My son was laughing at me. It was just like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, I can't either. I just cost myself, $32 an hour. I don't know what my route would have been. I don't know how far I would have had to travel. I don't know any of that. Maybe it did me a favor. Like I said, we ended up making pretty decent money for that 4-hour period because we did an Instacart order that was $40. It was a double shop, And we ended up making, like I said, $107. We didn't make 32 an hour during that time, but we did pretty good. But holy shit, man! Talk about just like first day on the job, and really it is. I mean, it's been so long, and there's all these new instructions in the app. So I was kind of looking at them like, damn, man, you know, all my apps that I work now, I'm pretty seasoned on. I feel very comfortable, and it was like that uncomfortableness, like I felt way back in the day when I first approached the DoorDash app. I'm like, man, I'm feeling it all over again because I really have no idea what it's going to be like, because it was like pretty much they have a new rule in there where I was where it said you have 15 minutes to load. If you haven't been able to load and organize your packages, you're going to be asked to circle the station and come back in so as to allow them to clear. I'm like, damn, they're getting on drivers now, because it used to be, you know, they would hold you up. Now they are offering bathroom breaks where they said if you arrive, you can request to use the restroom, but it's, you know, obviously you got to be able to load your stuff. Now, the last time I had picked up, they had started where you didn't have to individually scan packages anymore. They just brought you like these zipped up bags with a label on it, and you scanned each label, and then it just loaded all the packages in. And then basically you were to go through and make sure, I guess, you had all of them in there, which I thought was kind of like, it saved time, but it also created the scenario where you're like, okay, what if I'm missing a package? I'm not even going to know until I leave the station. So, but I guess I was supposed to check, and then it tells you the package numbers, and then you're supposed to manually go through and I guess organize them. But anyways, like I said, we'll try again. When I originally was considering the shift, I was like, well, it'll be good. I wanted to do my first flex shift and have you guys come along with it. And now they have all this stuff too, where I guess you have to notify the customer you're arriving. There's a button in there to do that. So there's all these extra steps, and then it was saying if there's a dog sign, you got to hit like the dog sign, and then it'll call the customer or text the customer that you're arriving, and then they're supposed to confirm that the animal is secure, and then basically only if everything is safe are you to get out of the car and deliver. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I assume this is all going to be efficiently done. I don't know. I haven't done a flex in forever. But I was just like, wow, okay. This is definitely changed up quite a bit. It's a different app. It's not the same app that I was working when I was doing it a couple years ago. But doesn't mean it's not changed up for the better either, because a lot of times they make changes for these apps, and it's for the better. It helps with the flow of traffic and the flow of business, and makes it easier to do things. So I'm hoping these are thoughtful improvements, and whatnot. So anyway, so that's an update on that. That was a total debacle, total breakdown of the Rational Gig Driver on Flex. So we will be trying again. It's like I said, I couldn't believe the rookie mistake I made when I didn't check in and I forfeited $96. But really, to be honest with you, I just did not enjoy. I wasn't even really enjoying the idea of going. I was dreading it as I was driving there. I don't know why. I just hate Flex is good money, but I just hate it. I don't know why I hate it so much. I think it's just the fact that I know, like, for the next 3 hours, I've got all these packages in my car, and it's just like, you got to go get this done. And I don't know, it feels so like a job, I think, is what it is. And if I want to go do a job, I'll go back to work. I found a stray husky yesterday. She was so malnourished. I had her at home by the time I got back to town. Oh, that's awesome. Great. That's awesome, Rex dog. My wife is the same way. She would have done the same thing. She stopped and helped strays, and she loves to help out animals. She's an animal lover, dog lover, and I love dogs too. I love dogs, animals. You know, my sister is a veterinarian. She's a veterinarian oncologist, in fact, out there in LA. She takes care of she's a doctor for the stars animals. She does, basically, I mean, I don't think there's many other people out there that are willing to spend like 20 grand on cancer treatments unless you're a millionaire or a billionaire. That's who she services. That's who has a budget for her services. But she keeps them alive and keeps them ticking. But she's always loved dogs herself. We came from a very dog-friendly, dog-loving family. Just always been a part of our lives. So I got her a home with the driver, so she now will get. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good, Rex dog. I know my dog. Now my dog does not like. Of course, we got a rescue animal, and he does not like. I mean, he doesn't mind. He gets somewhat excited depending on where he's going, but he gets still very afraid in the car. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because I know he shuttled between homes and rescue places before he finally came to us. I think he was about 2 when he came to us. Might have been a little younger than 2. We were told he could have been as old as 3. We're hoping he's under 2 because he's been with us for 7 years. So that would put him at about 8.5. That's what we're hoping. And not 10. But it's been a great dog. He's really come alive and just. So here we are. I think we made it, guys. Yeah, we did. We made it. All right. We were able to click arrived. So we made it for our $47.70 order. So congratulations to us. Rex would not let her in the car. It was over 5 minutes of fighting with him to let her in the car. I guarantee it. I don't think our dog would like another dog coming in. There's a bee trying to attack me. What the hell? Attacking my car. So this is good. I'm glad we actually made it. I was very unsure that they were going to let us do it because, like I said, I had tried this once before. We were up here going to the Walmart by my house, and they took it from me. Like coming down 3 miles from the exit. Now I didn't mind because I wanted to come back down to that area anyways, which is where I will want to end up after this. But I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you gave me the offer, and then you're going to not account for the drive down to the store? And I'd heard other drivers saying the same thing. They get offers from Spark, and then Spark gets upset with them, charges them for being late. But I believe the lateness is within 30 minutes of when you accept the offer. You need to be in a position to hit accept. And then that's when it'll kick in. And I think it was just where I was positioned up here. And I had a drop off of another order to do. And I think that's what got me in trouble. I think I exceeded it. All right, here we go. Pick up. Grocery orders right here. All right, guys, here we are. And of course, as always, I'll take you guys down. Respect for the workers here. Here we go. It is 22556. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't mind. Whatever can fit in here. Backseat. Thank you. Yep, you too. Thank you. All right, guys, that was a very easy pickup because there was no wait. So that's what I like. So now we head to the first drop off and it looks like we've got a 10-minute ride. 10 minutes, 5.4 miles. And if we go back to the Walmart that we were at to start the day out, and again, we will assess based on the offers I see in my app. If there's good offers coming on up here, we may stay. This is a very weak DoorDash market, in my opinion. Now, there is opportunities at lunchtime up here for like large order catering program orders. But you're going to go take a nap. I got you. Well, Rex Dog, have a good nap. Enjoy. So, you know, we'll see what comes up. And like I said, if it's not popping or I don't see anything that's worthwhile or that I want to do, then we will head on back down. And it's a 53-minute round trip right now. So we would be back down a little after 2 o'clock. We would be back down at the Walmart that I like to work from. So, and we will have $88 made in 3 hours. So not bad at all if that's what comes to pass. Actually, it'll be 2.5 hours. So this is the type of day I wanted to have. You never know what you're going to get. You know, you got to hit that accept button. You got to just be willing to be present. That's what I always say, and let the day go. And again, we haven't done much DoorDash. We accepted one order. I think what's going to happen here, and this is where the rubber will meet the road, I guess, with being DoorDash, is at some point, we're going down the road I was in before I started the challenges. And that's where I was letting the need for DoorDash present itself. And things were going so well with Spark that I was working 4 or 5 hours a day, getting to my 200, 150 to 200 bucks sometimes in 4 to 5 hours. Sometimes it would take me 6 to 7. But I was only doing a couple of DoorDash orders a day. Obviously, to the point that I only had about, I think it was like 78 orders in a 30-day period. So DoorDash, of course, has created the need that if you want to be able to turn that app on whenever you want, Dash Now, I'm going to have to carve out some time to go, okay, if I haven't got my 5 orders in, if I work 20 days, you know, a month, and I'm going to have to do some door dashing. 5 days, 5 door dashes a day. That would get me to 100. It's not really that hard, but it can be sometimes, depending on the time of day. And also, if I'm sitting there going, do I build my order rate here and take this $6 1 mile DoorDash order, or do I go take this really nice Spark order and get done for the day? Or do I go make my money for the day and then just go out and say, well, I'm going to do 5 DoorDashes today, and it might take me 2 hours to do that, and I might make $38 for those 2 hours. And it's like, well, why am I even wasting my time with it? What am I protecting? You know, what's the purpose of doing the DoorDash orders? And that's kind of where I was saying, will I get to? Or will Platinum be so lucrative that maybe I do less Spark or have less of a need for Spark, and I can just do the easy, quick couple of pickups an hour? You know, I mean, the reality is Spark is only convenient. I mean, I'm still doing sometimes 3, sometimes 4 Spark pickups in an hour. Sometimes I'm doing 5 gig pickups in an hour, depending on how it all lays out. Because figure right now I've got 3. So if I were to do, say I'm going to get it done in about 38 minutes. So the next time I pick up, you know, the next hour will begin, or the next orders will be available. Say I take a DoorDash offer, that's 4. Another DoorDash offer, that one's a quick little one. So sometimes I'm getting 5 orders in an hour when I'm doing it. So you still pick up the same, it's just that they're routing me, you know, and that's, you know, so it's like Spark is guaranteeing you the earnings. It's saying, well, here it is, here's the route. Now I know it's harder to do that on DoorDash, just doing orders, because, you know, you've got to deal with the freshness factor of the food. So they can't say, well, go pick up this and go pick up this and then go pick up this, although maybe they could. But it just makes it more difficult to create the routes, I think is what I'm trying to say, on DoorDash, on the DoorDash platform, like Spark does. Which Spark can then take these larger tip orders. And that, to me, what I think they should be doing for platinum drivers is, instead of trying to one and done the driver, is saying, okay, as a platinum driver, you're getting this opportunity now to do a three order deal for $65. You've got it guaranteed. So give us a high priority stack. I mean, obviously, to qualify for platinum, you're doing over 100 orders a month. You're maintaining your customer ratings. Basically, the point of all that is you're an experienced driver who's doing a good job, who's keeping customers happy. So why not go, okay, here you go. You want to make extra money? This keeps you busy and keeps you going. You know, and I guess that's the idea of, like, but what they need to be doing is routed. So, hey, here's the deal. Go pick up this McDonald's order for $6. When you get done with the McDonald's order, you're going to go to Wise Market and do a 13-item shop. Then you're going to turn around, and from Wise Market, you're going to stop at Dollar General, and you're going to do a 6-item shop. Now, but the key here is DoorDash has to stack the base pays and take the tips on these orders and make sure that it all makes sense. So let's just say they gave you $6, well, let's just say with shopping, right? They gave you $2 base pay for the food delivery. You get $6 on the shop. You get another, say, $6 on the other shop. That's $14 in base pay. And then they tip you an average of $5 for each order. That's a $29 deal. And they say it's $29. It'll take 58 minutes or whatever. Or maybe it's a bigger tip. Maybe it's $25 in tips. And, $12 in base pay. Now you have $37 for an hour. Now, obviously, I know some drivers will look at that and scoff and say, that's insane. I'm not doing that. But then they'll sit there and complain when they don't get an order after the next order, and not look at it from the standpoint of DoorDash is, as a platinum level driver, is guaranteeing you the earnings. So you're taken care of. So you've got work for the next hour or so. And then when, to me, that's how they need to be doing this. And then that would allow them to compete with, really come up with some really nice stacks. And it would allow them to also say, well, instead of showing that to us as the full payout, they might show that to us as 21 plus for 6 miles or 11 miles. And the driver, that will keep the driver engaged. That's going to make them want to go through and do all the shops and do everything they need to do to see what the payout is. All right, guys, we're going to flip you inside. All right, here we are. So now we're getting to unloading our first order. I'm not sure which one it is. I should have looked and peeked. Let me see, which one is it? Front seat, middle, back seat. Arrived. Scan. Oops. There we go. Done scanning. Any instructions? No instructions. We'll drop it off at the front door. Alright, so I'll close that and then get us to the one screen. Alright, I'll be back, guys. right, guys. So we are now 10 minutes to the next drop off. I'll turn you guys around here now that you guys can get a shot of the mountains there. Beautiful shot of the mountains there in the distance. Get some great mountain shots here. Yep, all right, sir. Now let's go left. All right, good. So back, you took an 84 for 61 miles. I hope to get a couple of returns. Good, good. That sounds good. Rex Dog, there you go. I mean, that should get it done in 2 hours. That's a decent hour, hopefully. So now we're going to, it'll be the trunk, and the front seat is by far is the smallest orders that we have. So that'll be a very easy drop off to end things. So we're getting the two big ones out of the way. Normally they put the biggest in the trunk. So like I said, I enjoy doing Spark, and most of the time, as I've mentioned, I have another channel that I work on, which we're getting into our date of destiny on that channel coming up on Thursday, when I could reapply for monetization. But you know, right now the Alec Baldwin trial is about to begin, so we'll be covering that. And normally what I would be doing is listening to the trials while I'm driving. If I'm not in studio covering the trial, I'll try to cover the majority. Now this trial, Alec Baldwin's, is out in New Mexico, so it doesn't start till like 11. So this one, that one is always difficult because I like to get there. If it's an East Coast trial, I can get started covering it at about 8:30, cover that morning session and go out, and then I get a 2, maybe 3 in the afternoon start. But this one is going to be afternoon session, or the morning session. I guess it starts at like 11 and then it goes late. So I think what I'll do is you guys will be listening to with me. I'll be broadcasting on my other channel and letting you guys listen in with me and try to cover it as best I can, while also streaming the exciting work we do making money in the gig economy, and try to loop the few together. And then I'll be having to do some lives, in studio lives, reporting on all of that. So that'll be hectic again. I was covering the Karen Reed case, and it was just kind of I don't know, it got to be a little, I'm hoping, like I said, the monetization comes back, and when that happens I can put more time towards it. But it takes a lot of time to be preparing for things and get in there and talk to people, and it was just not necessarily worth, or it's not even about being worth, it was just, there was just no ability to get duly compensated and justify saying, well, I'm gonna only work 3 hours in the gig economy. No, I need to work 8 to 10, so or whatever I need to do, 6 hours, but I gotta be out during the times it's hot. So we'll see what happens here, guys. This is a big week for me to see what's going to go on with all that, where we're going to put that. It may be something, I may not go back in studio and cover daily trials anymore. I may just I may be listening to it with you guys, and then just doing some of the podcasting to talk about them and go into the details I like to go into, because I have a background in the law. If you go on that channel, you see the history, you see what it is with all of that. Now, the one I will return to studio for, regardless of my monetization status, and we are going to start doing some in-depth coverage over on my other channel, and that is the Franklin Tyrone Tucker case. I have not been able to cover it as much. I am going to be covering it, and I need to get on live, because there is some big things that have happened with that, and that is a case that is disturbing, just extremely disturbing. And it screams for coverage. Screams for people to pay attention to it, because the state of Florida is truly attempting to railroad an innocent man into prison. There's a witness that I discovered information about, that I know that the state is trying to hide, They blocked him. But I'm also not a lawyer, so I have to watch what I'm doing. And my father, who was a lawyer, passed away, so I kind of been, it's just. I want to make sure we can get word out to the public of what's going on and get a virtual, if not a physical presence down there in Key West. If we can do it. I know I'm not going to be able to be down in Key West. My wife's having a baby and I'm going to be having so much going on. It's just not going to be possible in September to be down there, physically out there, trying to make sure they know we got eyes on them. And I hope he, again, get over to the channel, Justice is a Process, and you will see the coverage. And you will see the voluminous things I've done on the case already, and we're going to be doing more as we lead up to the new trial. And I've got to, like I said, get in contact. I'm hopeful that I can put the time in and do it without financial ramifications on the family. That's a problem. For a little while there, it was actually working out quite well. Gig work was making a hell of a lot of sense. I didn't have time to come over to Rational Gig Driver. That kind of got cut out because I was, like I said, I was focused on the work we were doing on that. And then my dad passed away, and then things just blew up. Let's see what we got here. We get a notification. All right, so we are 3 minutes out from our next drop-off, good people. It is time. And there we go. Look, there I am. I just was double checking the stream. Oh, look, somebody's beeping at me. A friendly, nice person behind me. Having a bad day, I would suppose. All right, so it looks like we're going to the roundabout. I think it's the roundabout before the college. Hagerstown Junior College is up here to the left. I don't know that we're going to go. I think we are going to go down as far as the junior college. But gas up here, $3.35. I got to remember that because it's $3.50 where I'm at, or I think it's $3.55 where I'm at actually. So it's almost 20 cents less. My wife always tells me get gas and. Try to get your gas in Hagerstown because she gets it up here because she works up here. We're actually near her hospital right now. Rocky's New York Pizza, that's a place that is on the delivery apps. Yep, Hagerstown Junior College is right over here to the left. They're a spot that a lot of young athletes go to if they need to boost. They're good. They got a good soccer team. Got a halfway decent basketball team, but it's a place that you can come to if you're not quite feeling you don't want to go to a non-Division I school, so to speak, and get your first 2 years of general studies out of the way, and you can have the opportunity to play and hone your skills and hone your craft, and then go to the portal, and get into your school of choice. All right, here we are. This is the apartment complex. So let's turn this inside the car. And now, of course, it's the apartment complex with the biggest order in the car, right? All right, here we go. All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Unknown caller.
All right, guys. There we go. I don't know what that shit is all about, but it's weird. It looked like it was open. All right, continue. So we got a 6-minute ride now. All right, 6 minutes, and then we are done with this order. Like I said, 6 minutes. We got started. What was it? I don't know, 11:30 or something like that. I think I have to go back and check on that first order. But shit, I mean, 2 hours, $88. I'll take it. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, the power of sparking. Now we'll see if we're gonna head back. Again, I have it mapped out in here. If we want to head back down to the Walmart we came from, I don't know that I would want to DoorDash up here because I just don't like DoorDashing up here. I mean, it's just flat out. It's not a good experience. But, I mean, listen, I've had decent orders at dinner time sometimes, but a lot of times I get stuck with the Wingstop up here, and it is not a fine experience at all. In this area where we're at, I don't know where this is going to end us at, but if we ended in this area right over here, it's a very, very, very frustrating experience. Let's just leave it at that. So anyways, like I said, we got a lot riding on the tips on these orders that we took today. So again, just like the previous day, although today we're riding heavier than ever into the tips because we've got a majority of tip back. That's where the one thing that I will say is, on the shop side, there are times I'm getting $30 or $40 base pay, and I like getting that base pay because it pops right in. It's right in when I'm done, finished, and I don't have to sweat it for a day. So tomorrow, we could be finding out this time tomorrow, bad news. Oh, your day was not as good as you thought it was. It's just ridiculous that they make you wait that long, but it is what it is. Like I said, if it all works out, you feel really good. And like I said, I've had them increase tips, especially you get that face-to-face contact. There's a good shot. They like the way you take care of their grocery. They realize you put some extra effort and time, money, and investment in to make their experience better. You take great care, and they see it. I've seen them increase the tips, so we'll see what happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but I'm saying on at least the larger of the two orders last time, I made face-to-face contact with the customer. This one, no face-to-face contact, but there are one of them had a ring camera, so they're going to see the care taken, and sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, sometimes maybe it's that ring camera that gets you slammed. Oh, you know what? We got to get you guys turned around to the right side, man. You guys aren't getting to enjoy the scene. Get to see good old I promised that you were going to get to see if we come up here to Hagerstown, the wild and crazy, if we're down somewhere, and you never know what you're going to see. I don't know exactly where this drop-off is, but it looks like it's kind of in the outskirts of the city, kind of like a place where it's still okay. So it's like the wooden keg. Now up here they don't sell beer in the stores. You have to go to either a liquor store or you've got to go to a distributor kind of place that specifically sells beer. You're not going to be able to go to a convenience store or a Walmart. It's a little different. Now Pennsylvania used to be the same way, and they've kind of lightened up their rules a bit up there. So now you can buy beer and stuff and everything, but Maryland still has not. So it's a little strange in that way, and that's why you see these big outlets where they sell all this beer. And now it makes the alcohol more expensive too, in a way, because since it's not in as many places, the supply of alcohol creates higher prices because it's not as prevalent. And of course, you have places that are only selling alcohol, so therefore they're having to offset cost of things for the lack of ability to sell other things like you would if you had a convenience store or a gas station. It gives you a little more leeway on the pricing. And then also there's kind of almost a monopoly type deal where it's all at one particular place. So it looks like we're 1 minute away. I think right down this street, this intersection, we're going to come past here, and then we're going to be turning down a street, and then our stop will be there. So I'll turn the camera inside once we clear this intersection. Looks like up here there's some road construction. And there, here we go. I don't know. Hopefully they're not blocking the street I need to go down. Looks like they might be, actually. Oh, boy. Nope, looks like it's just clear of it. Here we go, right down here. All right, here we go. So we're turning you guys inside the car, and this is not going to take long at all. This is the shortest. This is basically just, it's like somebody's taking advantage of the Pepsi deal. Okay, so we're going to pull this thing down because there's a lady coming out. Alright, let's get this delivered here. Confirm arrival. Start scanning. It's all rolling now. So no immediate offers on Spark. Although it could also just be poor cell phone signal down here. So now we will hit continue and let it start driving us towards, so it's going to have us go right and get us on the path home. We got to stop it here. Alright, looks like we got a Instacart offer in Thurmont, Maryland. Definitely not going to do that one. That is not a good one. Alright, so that's no Instacarts, no Sparks. The question, of course, at hand, I guess I could do Uber. Let's see here. Uber sometimes, I don't mind turning down and declining Ubers. So we'll go ahead and go Uber. Uber sometimes has good stuff up here, and sometimes it's absolute garbage. So we'll see what's up. I am mixed on whether or not I even want to delve into the DoorDash, because I've only got 8 points left before I'm going to have to go exclusively to earn my time to raise my acceptance rate back up and get it back up. My goal will be to get it back up to at least 90%. And here we go. Uber Eats, 705, 7 miles. Is it heading in a direction that I want to go? No, it's not. Because if it would have been heading towards, say, Williamsport, I might have said, yeah, I'll pick it up. Going 7 miles, $7. That covers my miles. It's through miles. But not the case. right, there we go. See, one of the things you want to do if you're not getting offers on Spark right away, sometimes it will lose connectivity with the app, so you want to force close the app. At least this is on Android. I don't use Spark much on it on iPhone because I find that, I don't know, I feel like the connectivity isn't as good. But once I see it's searching for offers, it'll say searching for offers down, you know, it's got your location, it'll actually tell you, then you know you're in, at least for right now. And then if it goes a little bit longer or something, then, you know, now I'm going to actually adjust it to 6 o'clock as well. It'll tell you, and then that way you kind of know. And a lot of times I'll see an offer come through. It's not necessarily a great offer, but sometimes it'll be a good offer, and sometimes it won't. Now, right now, the options I have is I could head back towards the Walmart I just was at, which obviously, you know, that's an appropriate Spark deal. Or I could head down to the Walmart down in West Virginia that I like to go to and work at. So now we just got a 557 order for Sonic. I will not go to Sonic for $5. That place is a dysfunctional mess. It was actually, it wasn't a along the way order. Now this one's $10.05. Wise Market, 3.5 minutes. The question is, where the hell is it going? All right. Tell you what, 4 items. Oh no, I was gonna hit accept. Damn it, Uber, send it back. Maybe they're sending it back to me elevated. I would have done that. I should have. I don't know why I was taking a screenshot of it. I should have just hit accept. What good is the screenshot again? I'm not getting the offer. You can just talk about what you could have had. That was actually good enough that I should have probably taken that. That was a good offer. That'll put us at 98 bucks, 3.5 miles, 4 items, and the Wise is right here. You see the sign right there. Stupid, man. And I like Wise Markets. I love shopping Wise Markets. Oh, it's got us going back towards that Walmart. So we'll go back towards the Walmart. Actually, it's going to have us pass by that Walmart. All right, here we go. Now it's got us going to the McDonald's. $5, 5.6 miles. So what you're going to see happen here with Uber, you're going to hear it go off in bunches. It sent me one decent order out of what, like 6 so far that they've sent me? And then it's just going to go dead. Eventually, I'll decline or just ignore it and let it expire enough. Sometimes I do, and it will just go dead. And then about an hour or so, either I turn it off. If I turn it off and let it go for 15, 20 minutes, I'll turn it back on and it'll do the same thing. And normally, you know, right now we're in a hot zone. My concern now was they sent me that Wise order offer, because if you're noticing here, maybe you can't fully notice, we're on what's called the dual highway. So it's everything can cause you to get mismiled. And what do I mean by mismiled? I mean you're across the street, meaning you've got to go down and find a place you can turn around and come up, because you might be sitting next to a restaurant, but you have no way to get over there. But you may have to drive a mile down the way you can then do a U-turn and come back. But it offers you 6 for 3 miles or 6 for 2.5 miles. Tells you it's a platinum offer, but because of where you're at, it doesn't realize you've got to go down. It thinks you're right next to the restaurant. And now it's a 6 for 4.5, or maybe a 6 for 5, and it's going to take you 10 minutes to get down and get back, because the traffic on this highway is horrible. Hence why I was resuming just to make sure that my chat was caught up. Oh, hold on, Spark off. I think we missed a Spark offer. Came through on my iPhone. My iPhone will see the offers and then it'll tell me one's there. It might have been a good one too, who knows? Well, it's probably a good one because it's gone. If it wasn't a good one, it'd be still sitting there for me to look at. So that's disappointing. Come on, please. Give me something back here. All right, now we got. Oh, the 4 item. Oh, Big Lots. Okay, so that's on the dual highway. Oh no, it's going to go back to dual place. Okay. $14 for 9 miles. I was not feeling that at all. Big Lots. It says heavy. Could there have been extra on it? Of course, but I don't even know where the Big Lots is. I'm thinking Big Lots is over by the mall. And then it wanted me to, I think, come back up here. I'm not even getting involved with that for $14. Sorry, Uber. Oh, now it wants to do identity verification. Jesus, what the hell? Why does it suddenly want to do identity verification? I guess it wants to make sure I'm not a bot. I mean, and again, this is what I don't get with all these theories on bots and stuff. I mean, this happens to me multiple times a shift where it makes me look, makes me do the identity verification scheme here. And I have to look at my camera and it does it randomly. I mean, it's not even predictable. It just will suddenly pop up, identity verification. So if I were to be riding around with somebody's phone that isn't my own right now, I'd be shut down. I wouldn't be able to get another offer. You might even be able to, I think I've even seen offers, it's just I can't accept the offer. It will block me. Every time you hit it, it'll throw you into the identity verification schematic. All right, now we got re-offered the Wise Market offer. Again, as I told you, we're down here. Now it does recognize the need to go back, but it doesn't recognize where I'm at. Okay, now we have a Spark offer. Now we're getting a shop from the Walmart that we were just at. And no, sir, we will not do this shop. It's $17.32, 14 items, and it wants us to go downtown, Hagerstown. I will not do grocery deliveries down there because there is nowhere to park most of the time. Sometimes you're going into apartments and you don't have anywhere to park. So what the hell are you supposed to do? And now you got 14, 15 items worth of groceries, sometimes heavy waters. It's a mess. So again, came up here, we got lucky, we collected $47, we got 88 bucks. If we don't get something better than that, we're heading back down to where we came from. And then I'll turn DoorDash on when I get down and back into West Virginia. I'm not doing it up there. It's already reminding me why I don't like to come up here. And again, like I said, just something small, like, all right, I was down there, now I messed it up. It was only $10. Now they were offering me $13.03, so they did offer me $3 more. But it was the idea I would have had to come all the way down here, turn around, go all the way back up there, and end up all the way back in the hills, as I call it. That was where the order drop off was going to be. All right, let's see what we got. Now we got Arby's, 1906. Now this, they want me to go to Boonesboro. So now this one intrigues me. All right, you know what? We're going to do that one because actually, I don't mind that one. I'll do that one. So we got 1906 Arby's ordered. It's going to Boonesboro, and it's kind of going sort of in a way. It's going to take us on the way home, so to speak. 1 minute ago, we had an offer. I guess that was the $17 offer on Spark. Now, if I get here, we're going to be going towards that Walmart. So if I get something good, this is where it's going to lead me to flexibility. We're going to go to the Arby's down here. We're going to pick up, and then we'll go down to Boonesboro if we need. And then on our way back, we're passed back by that Walmart. We'll have the positioning to be positioned to take an order from that Walmart, or just continue on down the road, and there's a shortcut to get back over 81, get exit 1, and ride over into West Virginia. And the best part here is, at the end of this order, we will be over $100, and it will be $230. So we will have worked about 3 hours. We will be over $100. Again, all pending tips tomorrow coming in through the Spark app. And I'm treating it as if they're there. So here we are, and we will still have 3 hours left till 5 o'clock when I'm off. And we are trending very nicely towards making at least $150. Well, what did I say? I wanted to make $137 today. That's where I said I wanted to be. So, and normally on an 8-hour day, my fallback's 150. My goal is 200. And we might even make 150 by 5 o'clock. I mean, that's if we end up making about $15 an hour between 2:30 and 5, or $20 an hour between 2:30 and 5. We'd be sitting at about 167 for the day. Very respectable. I don't live in a world where I believe, hey, we're gonna bang out $40 an hour every single time. Now we just got another shop, one item. All right, now I gotta take a look at this, because this we may have just got one upped. One item, 5 miles. I just want to verify where it's going. Oh, I know where that is. Okay. So we're going back. We'd be going back on the dual. All right. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Taking that one. I was concerned about it. Looking at where we were going, I wanted to make sure we were not going somewhere. But this is a place where my concern with that particular drop off. Number one, it was an air conditioner. Number one is what we were picking up. So we were picking up a big air conditioner, like an in window air conditioner. So that was number one. That wouldn't have been necessary, you know. So you're going to get through the logistics of that. And then it was a apartment drop-off on the 3rd floor. So I'm going to be hauling this thing up there. I'd rather just go to Arby's, pick up, drive down, $107, drop off at a house. It's food. Yes, it's going to drive me a few miles, but I think I'll be all right on the miles to money on this, because again, I'm going to be in a position to field orders from both the Walmart I love, which is right by my house, and the Walmart I love up here, which is right here. And I'll still be in line to get a couple of orders. I must have half mine to grab myself a sandwich from this Arby's, because I only had an Uncrustable for lunch. But 2 minutes ago, Spark fielded me an order. I don't know why. I don't know why the iPhone continues to receive orders. You know, it does this. I log out of my iPhone from these apps, because you don't want to be logged in on one. And I don't get the notifications. The notifications continue to come to my iPhone, even though I'm not logged in. It makes no sense. And I'm logged in over here, and it doesn't shoot me the notification. It's the downside. I know it's a first world problem when I'm sitting here like, oh, well, I have too many phones. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Oh, here we go. 20 stops. 42.32. I saw 42.32, and I thought, oh, Lord, let's see it. But this is 20 stops, 27 miles, 2 hours. No. Absolutely not. Arrive ASAP. We're going to send that reject into the algorithm. Reject. And we're going to run in here to Arby's. It looks like Arby's is our fate. Unless I walk in here. Now, it's always possible with Uber Eats, especially the higher payouts. It's always possible there's a problem with the order, and I come in here and they say this order got picked up 2 hours ago, and that's why it's up. And it was really a no-tip order. All right. And of course, you know, with Uber, there's always the possibility, especially with any order that's more than $1 a mile, that you can get extra. Alright, we got some spark action. It's probably sending me back that order that I turned down. Yeah, now, okay, so now we're in the middle. See, we're in the middle of the afternoon. So now over at this Walmart, they want me to do a $38.05, 18 stop, 2-hour order for 17.4 miles. No way. We're not doing that. I don't do those. I mean, some of you might say, oh no, they're good. And if they are, for you, great. I've never done one. I guess at some point I'm going to have to bite the bullet. But again, it's the same ominous feeling I have for a damn Amazon Flex. It just feels too much like a job. I don't like it. I don't like being tethered to those packages. And it just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. All right. I'll be back, guys. All right, guys, we are back. As you know, we just got an Arby's order and for $19.06. That's going to put us at $107.27. So we have a, let's see here, we have a, it's says in the Uber app, we have an 8-mile drive and a 15-minute 8-mile drive. You guys are going to get to see the wonderful rolling hills of Boonesboro, Sharpsburg Pike, etc. We're going to be driving past, I don't know if we will drive past it or not, but we will be driving towards Roxbury.
Turn right, then
prison.
turn left.
And it's a prison's house, some famous people. At one point in the house, a guy by the name of, I don't know if you guys have seen the Serial podcast, Adnan Syed was housed up here. I went when I was in college. I was majored in criminal justice, and I took a corrections course and went up here. I always tell my kids I went to prison for a day, and we went up there and had a flood in my basement. Oh wow! Last night. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. All my dishes and stuff in my kitchen now. Taking a little break, do a little more dishes. Real work cleaning up the water from the carpet. Oh, I bet. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Ari. I had a flood in my garage. It didn't flood my carpet. Although we did have in an apartment we were living in. Our dishwasher, like a hose in the dishwasher broke, and our apartment got flooded. We had to go stay in a hotel for an evening because they had to come in basically and pull up the carpet and like air it out. And they bought us a hotel because they just said it would just be easier for them to come in and be able to air it out and not have us be in there. But I've never had it happen to something where I owned. I didn't have to do the cleanup. We came home after a weekend, and I called the emergency line. It was like a Sunday, and they came out and they were like, all right, well, we're going to reimburse you for a hotel. So we went and got a hotel around the corner and stayed there for the evening, and they sent an emergency plumber in and got it all fixed up for us. Now the one morning I woke up and my damn hot water heater burst, and it flooded out my garage. I opened up that little area I have in there for it, and water just came right out. So I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know that's a frustration. So it appears we are not going to be going the direction I thought we would be going. I thought we were heading towards Sharpsburg Pike, but we are not. Appears we are heading away from it. But anyways, Roxbury prison is down this way. Or down the way we were going. And it's actually quite interesting out there. They have a huge field of, I guess it's powered by windmills. It's really neat if you drive down out there. I've gotten orders out there before where I've driven, had to go out there, and it's kind of unique to see that. But like I was saying, I went down there, and of course, I end up running late, right? And if you knew me and know me, lateness is sometimes something that happens, as you know, with my streams and everything else. But anyways, I'm running late. I get it. I arrive, for this day in prison, right? And of course, we have to go through the metal detectors, obviously, because they want to make damn certain that we don't not bringing stuff in that could pass off to the prisoner, stuff like that. So I come through, of course. My whole class is waiting. It's probably 50, 60 people are waiting for me. And I come running in the door. Now, the professor and I were on real good standing. And he knew my dad and had attempted to work for my dad's law firm. My dad ran a program where he would go up to the law
in a quarter mile, continue straight through the roundabout onto
and get
Road.
people to. He would offer. It's kind of almost like the Apprentice show, but it wasn't a show. And he would have them come up, do a series of interviews, have them research a series of legal questions, and if they made it through each round, he would then pay for them to take their bar exam, and he would hire them in to work for him in the summer and let him clerk at his office. And it was, a coveted position that many people wanted to have because of who my dad was, and then just the opportunity it presented.
Then turn right on Old National Pike.
He always offered a position to whoever it was to work in his firm for a while after passing the bar. Anyways, this professor made it to the final round. He didn't get chose, but he really thought highly of my dad. So when he found out who I was, he was like, oh my gosh. Anyways, so he was laughing. Everyone was laughing because I start trying to go through. I mean, I ended up almost having to get strip searched trying to go through the damn metal detectors. It turned out there was some metal in the sandals I was wearing that I didn't realize was there, and they're wanding me. I'm setting it off, and it looked like it was either going to come down to a strip search. Of course, the thing is, I'm trying to enter a prison, so they're not just going to let me get in my car. They need to find what's setting it off. Eventually, they did find it. Like I said, it was a piece of metal apparently in my sandals I didn't even know existed. Because they wand it, they looked at it, they put it in an x-ray machine. They said, oh, you've got some sort of metal reinforcement in your thing. Okay, fine. I was like, oh my God. Well, what an interesting experience it was to walk in there. We talked to a gentleman. He was talking to us. He was a trustee in the library. And he had apparently burnt down his house with his wife in it for insurance money. But we walked through the whole thing and spent some time in a cell block, and of course, it was all curated, of course. And we had prisoner escorts that were taking us all around and showing us what it was like, and it was quite interesting. It was not what you would think. It was like you get this idea in your mind. It was not what you think. It was not great. It was not anywhere I ever want to spend time, on a regular basis if I can avoid it at all costs. Hopefully I will my entire life, but it was not. I mean, there were things going on that we even saw that, yeah, it's pretty apparent that there's a lifestyle going on there, but it was not exactly how you would envision in your mind. It looks like it was a pretty boring life. And, it's just mundane and kind of had a almost not a college campus feel, but kind of akin to like just a campus, It's like people walking around. Now, I'm sure there's things going on. There's things that are going on. There's a whole story being told among all the groups of prisoners and people in there, but it was not just what you would think. All right, so let's see, what have we been saying? It's roots in the pipes. Oh gosh, it's been I've been watching the Texas weather, and this hurricane is crazy. That's wow, yeah. Well, I haven't seen it. I haven't been watching it. I need to check it out, I guess. Is that Hurricane Burrow? I've seen it. I think that's what they're calling it. I haven't checked out the Weather Channel or anything like that because I guess I need to just to check and see what it's doing. What category is it? But yeah, anyways, every time I drive by that place, I'm thinking, I'm like, it just brings me back to that memory when I was there. So, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, so we are. It's not telling me how far we are out. That's crazy. It's telling me we're 3.5 miles away from where we're. I guess we're on the road. I guess there isn't any turns. It looks like it's straight forward. And we're 3.5 miles away. I don't know if we're delivering to a business or what. Oh, it's an apartment. Okay, it's an apartment. Here it is. Apartment is a red brick building next to the pig. Okay, nice. Thank you. Awesome, man. I love it. I love it when they get specific with the instructions and they tell you what we're here to do. Now, listen, there's a Wise up here where we're at that I've done actually some of my highest dollar shopping pays on the DoorDash platform. Makes me almost want to turn it on, and it almost makes me not want to. I mean, I guess if I got a really good payout with a plus sign, I think I got a $50-some payout of this Wise. It was going to, but it required me to drive to a community. Have you all seen the Blair Witch Project? You've seen the Blair Witch Project, Burkittsville, Maryland, very close to where we're at, not too far from where we're at. It required me to drive to Burkittsville and do the drop-off. We can probably be in Burkittsville in 15 minutes, but that's where the Blair Witch Project was based out of. There's a little plot there. It's not the big woods that they fictitiously created, but there's a little plot, a little area that they filmed that on. And of course, back in the day, that was coming up when I was in college, end of my high school, college. I think I was in high school, going into college, and then they came out with Blair Witch Project 2. But it was...
In 2 miles, drop off on the right.
There that we used to go up at night, you know, and it was a big deal. Go up into the woods where they filmed it. Of course, it was all fictitious. Category 2, when it leaves Texas because of the warm water, and possibly go to a 3. Okay, I got you. At least it's not a 4 or a 5, but it still doesn't. And now this is also a place up over here, guys. I want you to see this over here. This is a new place. This is it's called Branded. And they also have Branded Chop House. It's a very upscale chop house. It's a famous chef from D.C., Washington, D.C., who came down here and made that. They've got, never eaten there yet. I want to eat there. Haven't had a chance to eat there yet. But it's got some amazing sounding, it's got some amazing brunches, really good menu. But he came down from D.C. and wanted to bring that D.C. dining experience right down here to this area. And they also have what's called off-track sports betting. I've never gone over there and done anything with that, but you can actually go in there and bet sports. You can bet on the horses, you can bet on the games. Maryland now has that. Most of the time, like if you want to do any sports betting in the area, you know, besides on your app, you've got to go into a physical casino, just like Charlestown or Maryland, you know, Maryland Live. But Maryland's now passed it. Of course, it kind of makes sense that you can bet on your phone, so why couldn't you go to an establishment? But you can go in there, get a more formalized experience. You can go eat a nice meal at Branded. They've got from my understanding, it's like kind of like a, you know, they serve food. They've got nice accommodations. You can go in. They got big screen TVs. You can go in there, make your bets, and watch your games. Now, like I said, I've never been in there. I've never checked it out. I want to go check out Branded. I don't do much with sports betting anymore. I used to do it a good bit. It did well on it for a while, but again, as I got more focused in on doing gig work and with my family stuff, it just kind of became something that I just was not able to keep up with. And then, of course, there's always the, you know, I don't know, I think gig work, going out making money the way you do in the gig economy, it just makes you more attached to your money when you put in those hard work hours.
In a half-mile
Eat
drop
there
off
live.
right.
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's what I should do, Shane. I'll go out and work a couple hours, and we can go there and make a few bets and go eat. Do that live. That'll be fun. Yeah, I don't think they're during the week. I have to check their hours. I know Branded isn't open, but the off-track sports betting is open, I believe, 7 days a week. I got to check. Go in there and get some wings or something for lunch one day, and get that Dash Direct card out. Take all our DoorDash money and we'll roll it on a baseball game or something. Piss my wife off if I lose. My specialty that I like to bet on is NBA. I do pretty good doing prognosticating on basketball games. NFL, my sons and I, we used to just do. We would take. Sometimes we would do like $1 a game or $2 a game, and I'd let my sons help me pick.
Drop off on the right.
It was fun stuff, but it became a lot of bother to have to drive all the way to Charlestown and do that. And then, of course, it came on my phone. But I don't know, I always feel like there's hidden costs and issues getting the money off your phone.
Building next to Turn the Page bookstore. Please leave on blue mat in front of Apt 1. It is on the...
But I've done pretty well on it at times. Now I like... Alright, let's see here. Actually, I gotta get focused here. I gotta dial it in, man. Dial it in. Where the hell is this place? Apparently I missed it. Gotta love this. Boy, this did not come without complications, I will tell you. Actually, you know what? It's got me going up here, coming down. I'm going to follow this because it's going to have me come down a side street right near where I need to drop off, which I
Turn
think
left
will
on High Street.
absolutely be a better setup than trying to navigate busy Main Street. Because the question is, what side is it on? Luckily, I have it all packaged up very nicely, so we can get out and move fast. But it's just always frustrating when you have busy side streets.
Just
Or
ahead,
busy
turn
main
left
streets
on St. Paul Street.
with no parking. I don't know if y'all saw it. There's no freaking parking out there. I mean, that's one of the big issues. So we may be parking down here if there's a little parking lot or something that's down this alley when we come down the
Turn
side
left on
street.
St. Paul Street, then turn right on North Main
Now, of
Street.
course, Uber's like, "Oh, you're having problems finding your person." Yeah, I am. But don't be alerting the customer. They're gonna get all worked up that I'm driving off the road. Well, they're gonna come in all hot and bothered and upset. Like, "What are you doing? Where's my order?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's fine. It's traffic. It's traffic. Just calm down." I think what I'm gonna do is park up here. If I think I see a parking lot, if it's a public parking, I will park and huff this down because I don't want to go out and then find out, oh,
Turn
you know,
right on North Main Street, then drop off on the left.
in gas parking. Yeah, well, that's what we're gonna. I guarantee you, I'll beat the tow truck guys. If anybody comes to try to tow me out of here, just tell them somebody from the live speak up and tell them Rational Gig Driver will be right back. Ah. All right, guys. Or just snuck in right behind me. All right, we will be leaving now. Hopefully before anybody gets upset with us for using the in parking. It's probably somebody who was notified right there. She's like, hey, somebody's parked back there. We don't know who they are. West Virginia plates, seen with a Grubhub bag walking down the street. And she was like, I'm on it. I'm heading down. We're going to get that individual. We made our escape. So it looks like Spark is trying to sell us a $10 8-mile order for 4 pickups or 3 pickups. It's, 4 counting initial pickup at the Walmart, at our Walmart. So that's a no-go. We will not accept something that atrocious this far out from that Walmart. Why the hell they're trying to tempt me with that? But this is what happens with Spark. This is why I said it's peaks and it's valleys. And right now, from like 2 to 4, all you're going to see, a majority of what you're seeing, unless somebody like does a massive shop or something, majority of what you're going to see is going to be those online routes. So this is why this is the time. If you have a day like right now, if I was going to come out for dinner, this is when I would stop off somewhere and have lunch, relax a little bit. I made $107, sitting in fantastic position for dinner, and we just chill for a minute, and then it gets started around 4:30, get that dinner hour going, get it strong 4:30 if we need it, 4:30 to 8:30 to get to $200 or more, and then you're done. And that's an easy day. And then there's days where you're sitting in a position like this and you spent the morning and you haven't got shit, and DoorDash has been crapping on you all day, and you're just like, man, this sucks, and you realize you need dinner, you need a dinner bailout. It's that bad. It's that horrible. All right, so here we go. We're going down the La Palms Road. We're going this way. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We'll let them go. Oh yeah, they've sweetened it. 8.9 miles now for $11.51. Walmart Sparks reaching deep into the pockets to add 70 cents of extra earnings. Now, do understand this. This is an offer with a no tip. So we got 3 no tips on here. We've got a doozy. This is a doozy. I don't know who the hell will be taking this. 24 items in apartment. 3 items, another apartment. 7 items, and it's out in the country. It's a doozy. It's absolutely crap. There's just no justification whatsoever. And then it's taking me and putting me down near the other Walmart, the Walmart I would prefer not to be at. So I don't know what Spark's seeing here and saying, why would I want to do this at all? Especially from the position I'm in right now, to where if I accepted this offer, they'd probably hold it because it's so shitty, they'd be so ecstatic that a driver would take it. But they're going to have to dig deep into this one. This one will end up with, I guarantee you, at some point, it's going to end up with $15 extra pay on it. And it'll be $22, and then somebody will dip in and take it. $22 for $8. But for right now, the best thing to do is let it sit. And now, driver, it's possible I might grab that. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't see the immigrants around that Walmart as much as the other one. Now, they're all around the other Walmart. This Walmart, for some reason, I don't know. I don't see it, but I'm sure they're there. I see the Spark drivers, but they look like they're just regular old people. driving in, right now I'm driving in Boonesboro, Maryland, heading back towards West Virginia. We just got done with the Uber drop-off down in Boonesboro. We're at $107 for today, folks. $107. $107.27 to be exact. We've driven 65 miles. Yep, for that $107. It's been a great day. Now Spark is communicating with me again. All right, Spark, it's like the banker on Let's Make a Deal. What do we got? And they're back. It is now up to 12:51. Spark is digging in a little slower than I would have expected. Normally it goes up a little faster, but they don't feel like they've had to dig in as much. They probably know I'm a bit far out, so to them it's like, whatever, we're going to reject. You got to come with the money, Spark. I want to see some $47 action like we did before. But no, we're not going to power up DoorDash at this particular moment because we're too far out. I don't like the market. And yeah. Now, guys, now that I have a fuller chat, I'm going tonight. Hopefully, I can make 103 hours. Hopefully. Hey, yeah, damn right. That's what we did today with Spark. We made it in under 3 hours. But I mean, 107. So one of the things I announced earlier today that I was going to do is in a subsequent live, not today, but in another live, because we're not really doing much DoorDash. I have my wife's. I realized I went and checked to see if my wife's account on DoorDash was still active. It is. She's only done like 50 orders. We only use her account when we're out together. I'm very strict on that because my area, if you don't match, and I don't match, I definitely don't match my wife's description. So, if you don't, you're going to get caught quick, and they won't release the order to you, and then they'll report you to DoorDash, and then the account's going to get nixed. And I believe this is it. This is Devil's Backbone County Park, guys. Beautiful little area. We take our son over here sometimes when we're in the area because it's actually not too far from my house. That's why I'm saying we're actually not far away from Australia. If you look, it's beautiful. It's got this nice little creek. You can come out here and fish it. And over there is this nice little area. You can picnic. It's just a beautiful little park right on the side. It's nestled off. You see a lot of people parked off here. Like right now, I can see some people. I turned it back around, but there's people fishing right down over there. Beautiful little spot. Anyways, and they've got a little place set up there, little slides and jungle gym. Obviously, right now that stuff's too hot to play on 100-degree days like this. But in the fall time, it's beautiful. You can change the name on your DoorDash through the website. Like you're ordering food, when you change it from website, it changes it in the... Really? Oh, I didn't know that, Rex. Holy shit. Okay, well, so what you're saying is I could change her name to mine, and they're not going to double check that with the night? Because right now, like one of the first things they made me do, I was going to try to do some experimenting with it today, but it's requiring... one of the first things it did was it jumped out and said you have to verify your identity. So... it's making me do that, and I'm hoping that once I get her ID uploaded and let her take a picture of it, that it'll let me do some experimenting. But interesting. It's interesting intel. Anyways, what I really want to do is I've noticed, because I was observing, the first observation I made was last night, we go in, she actually did take her picture and it went down. Now it's asking for the ID. But it was hot red on my account. Hers was gray all night. And I even cleared cash. I did. So she's silver, I'm platinum. She's at 66%. I'm at 83%. She's only done 53 lifetime deliveries and no deliveries in the last 30 days. She hasn't done any deliveries in the last year probably. So here we are, guys. $46 Spark. So there it is. We're going to go ahead and do that. It's at the Walmart we were just at. There it is. That's awesome, man. And it's to arrive ASAP. Heck yeah. What a good day we're having. So now we'll be at 153 after this order. And now we're going to turn right up here. We'll start our trip. And yeah, we're going to turn right at this light, and we'll be at that Walmart. I told you, this was a nice intersection. If we would go straight, we'd go about 3 miles. We'd pass Yogi Bear Park. I was going to show you guys Yogi Bear if we were going to go by it. It's a nice little campsite down there. It's very expensive. It's surprisingly expensive. But right over there. But we would be able to go straight through there. We'd come out exit 1 off 81 and turn left on 81 and be at that Walmart that we started out the day at. 10 minutes. Or turn right, and in about 7 minutes we're going to be at the Walmart we were at that we came up here for the other $40-some order. So $47 order, guys. You've seen it happen today. My metrics, I want you all to know this. My metrics, 10% accepted offers. Now I have a 5-star customer rating, 4% drop trips, and 98% on time, and a 98% items found. My only orange is accepted offers. So I'm telling you, that acceptance rate does not matter on Spark. And I've been doing Spark, like I said, for a year back on the platform, and before that I did it for I think 6 months. So 18 months. And I took a break. It wasn't by choice. And I have never had to worry about it. The acceptance rate. And here we sit at $153. We just hit hour 3. And we're going to be at $156. And again, 1 DoorDash order, 1 Uber Eats order. And again, it's not always like this, because sometimes I have to do more food delivery and I'll get opportunities. All these have been ASAP today. Now, of course, you know, this is all pending tips tomorrow. So there's lots of outstandings, but we hope that we're going to be able to get it all done and booked it in. Now, I did not closely look at the address on this. I should have. Perhaps you guys will get to see some wild fun downtown Hagerstown. Maybe we'll see the stanky leg. But for $46, I'll man up. I'll do it. And it gets me off the road with far greater earnings than I ever anticipated I'd be at. As you know, it was $134 is what we wanted, and we'll be $20 north of that with still some time to go. Wrapping up at $63 after I dropped this McDonald's. Nice. Good job on the Ferris. That's not bad, right? How long have you've only been going for what, a couple hours? 3 hours? That's not bad. Listen, if you're doing food delivery or whatever, like I said, not every day is going to be the banger day. But again, it's why I'm attracted to the Spark, because you can have really good days on Spark. I mean, and you can have really massive days on Spark, and it's nice. And you can decide when you hit your goal, do you go home or do you stay out and really maximize your goal? And on a day like this, when my wife's off and I got my kids here, I'm going to go home and maximize my family time. That's what I want to do, at least. And it's, you know, now tomorrow I'll be crying out here. So. But anyways, I want to do that. I'm really curious to see once I get her account up and running, and I've invited her out. I'm just got to do some more convincing to see if she's willing to go online here with me, and we can even do some live accepting and stuff. But by the way, I got my AR up to 100%. Oh, you did, Rex Dog. Holy cow. And now today you're working it back down, I see. See, there it is. You're proving the 100% is not going to get you necessarily better orders all the time. Although you don't have earn by time, so you did it without earn by time, so hats off to you. I own the 97%, 100% completion rate slot. I failed at it. I feel almost as if I've got to go out and try it again. But I think I've got to commit to going to a better market to do it. Although I went up to Frederick for $17 an hour. What was it? I guess it was Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was last Tuesday. And like I said, Spark was popping, but my God, DoorDash was not at all. In fact, it was so dead. I was sitting there waiting. I had to turn on my offer to get an offer because, oh, look at this. Uber wants some more of me. 527, 5.3 miles. No, Bear. We've got something better going on here. We'll turn off Uber right now. I might have to jump out with a little bit of organizing here. I don't think it's going to be. We didn't have quite the commute in, so we may have a slight wait here. I could be a jerk and park over here and pick up number 8. These people will be like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" Yeah, I'll tell you what. There are no drivers out today. It is not busy. This is crazy. How do you do that, Rex Dog? Are you talking about the 11-minute rule, by chance? But yeah, I'm open to hearing about it. If it's 11 minutes, meaning like you wait there for 11 minutes. The thing I've run into to do with that is sometimes it really just, I guess it lets you get to 100%. But my God, in my market, they just keep sending them to me, and then it ends up costing me like 40 minutes of the hour. Then I'll turn Spark on. DoorDash and Uber Eats? Okay. You show me. Or no, sorry, that's on the ferry. Said something. DoorDash, Uber Eats. Wrapping it. Oh, you did DoorDash and Uber Eats. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I'd love to know that if there's a way. And even if it is that, maybe I'm just not doing it efficiently enough. So yeah, if there's a way to do it, I'd love to, because I'd love to get to 100%. Well, how do you do it, Rex Dog? If you can describe it. Hello, how you doing? It's doing well, doing well. Driver code 2396. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, so the first one is William Ross. So we dropping off the big one first. Alright. Fantastic. Okay, after like 11 minutes, what you do is check and see if you can drop the order unassigned. If it says no, we're going to take it away. Give it another minute, like 12 minutes. It will let you unassign with no penalty, usually between 12 and 13 minutes. That's just how I take $4 orders and then just drop them like a Snoop Dogg rule. Drop it like it's hot. About 12 minutes after you arrive, you're able to unassign it with no penalty. Mark the store has an issue. You don't know how long the delay is going to be. This has been 100% acceptance and 100% completion. Nice. Well, I am aware of that, Rex Dog. I've been doing that. The big issue I've had with DoorDash is just the ability to, I guess, I'm getting impatient. And I was worried. The other issue I've been worried about is DoorDash going to flag all these orders and then come back and hit you with a deactivation and say you're abusing the system because you're way outside the realm. Because with me, believe it or not, the other night, that's one of the reasons why Saturday night, like, my son and I were out. That's why we only did Spark, Instacart, and Grubhub, because the DoorDash orders were so putrid and terrible. And we went. Now the nice part is if I position myself next to like a Walmart, I'll just go over there, sit there, check in, and I can one up you on this, Rex Dog. You don't even have to stay at the restaurant necessarily. So like you can go in, check in, and once you get the screen triggered where it will give you, if you're 12, 13 minutes out, you can go ahead and get out of the offer. So all you got to do is show up, trigger the screen to where you can see, it'll tell you your completion rate is or isn't, and then you can move on. But I've been worried that I know after a certain period it won't even trigger that screen. Like I did it the one day, it was like 5 of them in a row, and then they also were doing the game where they were sending it back to me. They would send me the same order back, but it was stacked. So now I had the stack game, and it was stacked with like a restaurant here, and then you had to go over across town. So they can kind of, they've messed with me quite a bit on it as far as trying to mess up any ability. And in that instance, the issue I had was I ran over to the one, I checked in, I ran over to the other one and checked in. It wasn't a good stack either. Well, they ended up not allowing me to get to that screen, or it just never popped up and changed. And I mean, it was like 20 minutes in, and I had to end up taking the L on it, and it affected my completion rate. So again, of course, my concern and worry always is when you're doing stuff like that, it's trackable. I mean, we know it is. And then if all of a sudden they say, you've had all these worry-free unassigns and you're at a higher rate than others, you're giving them just absolute reason, without a doubt, to deactivate you or put it under review. And then if they see, oh, you know what, you have too many of these, and then they're, you better believe they're sending a dasher behind you to see what's up at the restaurant. But like I said, I've been using it sparingly, but it seems like the offers just continue to get bad and bad and bad, and then what ends up happening is I just don't do DoorDash that day. I don't get any orders done. And then I'll end up with, sometimes 2 or 3 in a row. But yeah, I mean, it makes you yearn for the good old days when you could just, use the good old fashioned glitch to get away with it if you needed to. One of those really bad algorithmic days. I guess those days are behind us. Although I did notice the other day I was up here, in fact my son was with me again, and it was the same day I'd gone up to Frederick and got the $100 and some deal. I was having cell phone connectivity issues with the DoorDash app, legit cell phone connectivity issues. And it started rolling in the message, but now they actually add in the message, this will not affect your acceptance rate. But then immediately once the cell phone connected, I mean, there was no way you were going to be able to do anything with it. But it was I don't know what it was. It was some sort of issue, because it was also affecting my Spark app and my Uber app. But I am going to continue to, use the 11-minute rule as much as I can when I need to. But it's like, damn, DoorDash. I mean, it's so bad in the Martinsburg area. That's why I said I think I need to maybe move to another area on earn by offer with DoorDash, and maybe I can knock away some of those orders. But the key is having another app on, at least for me, and being in a position to search for other orders while the DoorDash app is held up. All right, here we go. This is going to be our biggest drop off. And in fact, this house right over here, man, I was out here one night and there was a huge fight between a woman and a man, and they were yelling and screaming at each other and threatening each other with the police. It's right across the street. Anyways, let me confirm my arrival. Whoops, did I do it? Didn't take. All right, guys, be right back. That one, folks, was a fair amount of lifting. Fair amount of lifting on that one. We had a lot of drinks. So my bag was covered, or my bag came in handy. All right, so put at the front door doorbell, ring doorbell. It was an older man. He was joking around. He come in. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "I'm doing a heck of a lot better than you are out here. I'm in a semi-air conditioning garage." I was like, "Yeah." And then he's on fire. I'm just joking around. So that's all right. All right, here we go. What's going on? Yeah, I was concerned about that too. I'm dropping anywhere from 3 to 5 a day. So far, no heat, no warnings, no text messages. You don't want to wait for that screen to pop on and give you a chance to upper right corner to hit. The store has an issue for taking too long. In the market, I don't know how long. You don't wait for that screen to pop up and give you a chance. Now, I normally just go in and check it. You're talking about like the little question mark. That's what I do. It only pops up on stacked orders for me. Oh, I see what you're saying. You say click has an issue, and then I don't put how long, and then that will. Yeah, that's what I think you got to, obviously, to me, you're right. You've got to be ambiguous and vague, because if you put a specific reason that they can disprove, I think that's where the problems would come. But I just worry, that's at some point, right, at first they're not, you're not going to know until you know what I mean? So I feel like it's still a relatively new feature. And I'm like, man, when are they going to, are they going to pop it? Are they going to do something? And I said, hey, I try to keep it within what would be a realistic, I think, range. But sometimes, like I said, it's just turn the app off. I mean, it's been that bad. And I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe it's an issue of, DoorDash. I do believe there is some relevance to the idea that DoorDash wants you to get started. In other words, they want you to take a few of those offers because they're trying to get you to a particular area where they know certain offers might be coming in. The problem is obviously that 20 minutes you don't get it back, and then so it dilutes the really good order, and that's what I found. Now by latching together Spark and DoorDash and Grubhub and using them all together, you can kind of keep the apps from getting away with diluting your earnings like they will try. And my hope is maybe get myself in that position anyways, where, again, this is the theory I'm operating on with the Platinum. If Platinum actually exists, and there is a benefit of Platinum, then my hope is that, well, what the hell? My overall hope is that, well, if priority does exist, and you could harness it and use it to your advantage by simply trying to get to a good position, and then going, okay, can we then turn the apps on and truly get the priority they're talking about? But I think there's more to it than that. I think it's a priority, but I think it exists sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. drop off. Yeah, I think I need to come around. I don't know why it had me coming this way. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe I'll learn about it when I get up here. Maybe there's no ability to get down there, but it looks like it's on another street. What the hell is Google Maps doing? Making shit a whole lot more complicated than it needs to be. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they were. I think they were taking me to the back of this place, which is probably where the driveway is. But it specifically says they want it delivered to the front door. So it's like I'm gonna have to just huff it down, man. Yep, there it is, right there. All right, it is what it is, as they say. This one is not the bad one. All right, I'll be back, guys. All right, guys. Drop off complete. Well, yeah, and like I said, that's what I'm worried about, is eventually people are going to start exploiting it to a pretty bad extent. And of course, you know, that leads to then eventually DoorDash having to take action, and then that's where people that have figured it out suddenly are doing it, and we have a percentage or a rating or something we don't even realize is out of line, and then, you know, they just hit you with that old, you're deactivated due to fraudulent whatever, and you're like, fraudulent what? You know, or abusing the system or whatever the hell, you know, how they come up with the stuff. And it's kind of technically like, well, you know, you're supposed to be using it only when you have long waits, and it indicates that isn't the case. But it's definitely a tool to use. It's definitely one that I have used and was using, and I thought it was going to help me get to 100%. Of course, for me, the real issue to 100% was just the connectivity issues. But it was like, I'm not getting better offers up there. It was terrible, at least in my opinion. I mean, And for me, doing all DoorDash orders in my area was like $20 an hour, maybe 23 bucks an hour. As you can see today, a good day doing Spark is far, far more than that. You know, and that's the problem. I got a Husky update. Also, she's out driving around with her new dad doing Dash. Oh, that's good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that she's able to go out and dash. But now we're heading back in the direction of where we took the Uber order, just a different way. And then we'll see what comes next, because it looks like we're going to be having this dropped off before 3:30 at exactly, it appears, if I go back in there, at exactly the 4-hour mark. So we will have $152 in 4 hours, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which is damn good to me. I'll take it. Like I said, far exceeded what I was hoping the minimum metrics to be today. And we're still got an hour and a half going strong. And we got to figure out the DoorDash situation, because I still owe myself 4 dashes. I'm way outside the range where I want to be if I got to turn the DoorDash app on. So we may eat another day, but I've dropped drastically down in my 30 days. I think I'm at 267, and it's going to be a few more days coming up here where I'm going to have 30 or 25 dashes dropping off, and then another 20 drop off. And before I know it, I'm going to be way down if I'm not getting my dashes on. And then we're going to get to the interesting clock. See, this is where, and I haven't kept a count. I should have been keeping a count. I can go back and do it. I'm going to be able to do it. But this is where, this is the hamster wheel moment. When you get down close to 100 and you're looking at 18 orders the next day, and you've got to do 18 DoorDash orders, and then you've got to decide, do you want to give up your dash now and go make money, or do you want to go do 18 DoorDash orders and make what DoorDash wants you to, just to maintain your dash now? And then the next day you find out you got another 15 going off because you were aggressively doing DoorDash and you stopped doing it for a while, and you didn't do it at a reasonable click. I ran it up. So this is where, again, we're saying the rubber meets the road. But the question is it, like, if I'm not dashing on a daily basis, does it really matter then? I don't know. I'm not willing to turn the app off. So I guess when I get to that spot, I will have to decide on some things. So we got 8 minutes left, guys. 8 minutes, 4.9 miles. I got 14 of you in. Only 5 likes. Come on, guys. We can do better than that. Hit me up with some likes here. Help me out. At least get to double digits for the day. We're having a double-digit earning day. Let's get to a double-digit like day as well. Although if I had to have one up or the other, my earnings or my likes, I would say my earnings. No offense, guys, but I'd love to have both. Man, I'm exhausted from cleaning my basement. I just started. I have a humidifier on and my windows open. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, man. I know that's also scary because you're trying to avoid the mold factor, and that's always the scary part. I know that's got to be. Did you have a wet dry back that you were able to use to help suck up the water? I hope so. Oh, and there we are, guys. Branded again. There it is. And then there's the off track sports betting over there. We just saw that again. So we're back. I told you we're back in the same community. There's a Boonesboro police officer. Or I think it's Washington County Sheriff, actually. It's all part of the same county. Might be stopping off at AT&T here in a minute to get a drink because I am thirsty. I'll tell you that much. Tell you that much. Be curious to see what the next offer is if we can get a decent one. I'd love to get one more really good one. See, this is where we're going to turn when we come back out of here. We're going to turn down this road to the right. And that will take us back in the direction of where we were at. And that will slide us in much easier, much better, much quicker to a position where we'll be between my two favorite Walmarts. And maybe we'll get another good Spark order. And there's the Y's over there. I can turn on the DoorDash app, I guess, and see what they got for me. But, again, I don't really want to be bothered with seeing shit. So, again, I'm going to create my own problems, but, again, I think I'm making the case that, as long as I keep my stats, I think, in range where I can schedule ahead, and if I absolutely need to, I need to keep that schedule set up for a week out so that if I absolutely need to get in there and bump and grind right to 100 again like I did, boom. Because I'm going to do DoorDash. I'm not going to not do DoorDash. It's just a matter of stay hydrated. Absolutely on the various 110%. Got to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. It's very key out here, especially in the hot weather. Especially when you're doing work like this. Especially if you're doing grocery delivery. You've got to stay hydrated. Must stay hydrated. Imperative. It's important. It's imperative to your health, and of course to the success of your ability to continue doing this. Here we are, friends. Oh, gotta turn you around. Let's go get this delivered. a yappy dog in there. If I hear the dog going off, I don't normally terrorize it by hitting the doorbell, but maybe I should. I heard a resident of the house in there screaming. I don't know if they were screaming at me because maybe I was putting the groceries in the wrong spot, but or the dog. I'm assuming it was the dog. And if it was me, rational driver don't play that. We leaving. You're not going to scream at me. You're just going to very rationally leave your residence and let you take it out on me in the ratings. And yeah. It is what it is. You know, like we're not going to play that shit. I don't think it was a me though. I think it was a dog. That dog was absolutely off the chain. Alright. You guys are getting a view. We're going to get a view of the outside here. Alright. Here we go. YOLO. Here we go. You only live once. This one is 1569 and 3054. 1569. And 3054. All right. Is that right? $30.54. Okay. There it is. Good. Okay. So now, I believe we filled in everything. So now let's take a sneak peek. Oh, here we go. We got some earnings offers. Last time we were up here, they were trying to send us some crazy shit from. Okay, where's that? Been a really good offer. Somebody snatched that shit up. Oh, there it is. No, they just hadn't shown up yet. So we still getting that one crazy offer, and they're actually they're redoing it for me. Nobody has taken it. The one we were looking at when we were up here, 1155. It's literally the same offer, and it's now at 1155. It's back down to 1155, 8.1 miles. Oh, no, actually, it's a different one. Never mind. Yeah, no, it's a different one. Sorry. I apologize. I'm lying to you. But it's 1155 for 8.1 miles. No, we are not doing that. And 1336 for 6.9 miles. All 4 stops. We're definitely not doing that. Absolutely not. Now there's an $11 shop at the Walmart I don't like up there in Hagerstown. So we're not doing that. Nah, it's likely the dog. I agree with you. I mean, you know, I'll send like I said, it ain't no big deal. I'm leaving. They want to come out and make issue, they can do it in my ratings. All right, guys, I'll be back. I'm going to run in here. You guys watch the car.
Alright guys, so I'll have to put you in front of the air conditioner for a minute. Let it cool down. We got ourselves some Gatorade, some Haterade, and we got some barbecue chips. We got some ASMR stuff going, like crunchy.